Hey, I'm sitting with Ron at Carl's Jr. Ron is a former automotive worker in Detroit. Lost his job when they closed the plant down in Detroit. He's been homeless for a number of years. We're getting something to eat here in Carl's Jr. They wouldn't let him in yesterday. I made sure they let him in today. And we're sitting here and eating, but Ron was just sharing with me an interesting story about signs and signs that are all over the place that are posted that suggest that it almost feels like we're living in a police state where folks like him, he can't sit, he can't stand, he's not wanted anywhere. He's been in jail for this. So Ron, why don't you share with me that story that you just told, if you'd be kind enough to do so. Tell me what happened again.
I went to Circle K, bought a coffee. This is how it all started. Bought a coffee. I'm sitting there, a cop comes up and says, "I've been watching you. You've been sitting there drinking that cup of coffee for 4.5 hours. I said, "That's impossible. Look, it's still hot. I just got it." Naturally, I got a ticket, for loitering, naturally. Well, I thought this was criminal loitering on top of it. And I don't understand this, because where I'm from, they don't have that.
Right.
And so I just ignored it. So then they get me later underneath the bridge over here. The same cop comes up and says, "Did you go to court and take care of that?" I said, "No, I thought this was a joke. I thought this was all a misunderstanding."
Sure.
No, I didn't. Because I had my hot coffee there and all.
Right.
Just purchased from Circle K.
Yeah.
Well, let me run a check on you and see. He said, "Well, them tickets I gave you before, you didn't go to court and take care of that." I said, "No, I didn't." I said, I want to go in front of the judge." He said, "Oh, you're going in front of the judge." Next thing I know, the paddy wagon pulls up right underneath that viaduct. Takes me, and thank God I had two friends with me that would wash my suitcase, or I would have lost all my clothes, suitcase, and everything. That's another thing. If they pick you up, take you in, or anything, they leave your stuff in the street.
Do they?
Yes. You get out of jail, you don't have nothing. All my medical supplies in my suitcase and everything, they do not care. It's gone. You lost it.
So you've seen these signs, though, you were telling me, that say...
That's why I got stopped underneath the bridge. He said, "You're sitting on the sidewalk." I said, "This is a public sidewalk."
Right.
He says, "Yes, but you can't sit on there." I said, "Wait a minute, I'm not public? What am I?"
Right.
I'm not from Russia or the Soviet Union. I'm a U.S. citizen.
Right.
Well, that didn't fly one bit. You know what I mean? He ran a check on me, said, "You didn't take care of these." Called the paddy wagon. Paddy wagon picked me up there and took me to jail. I tell him down there in the jail, I said, "Look, I want to see a judge. My rights are being violated."
Sure.
And the one cop tells me in the jail, I said, "Rights? What rights?" I said, "My rights
It's a citizen.
as a United States citizen." You know what I mean? He said, "Let me tell you something. When you come out here from wherever you're from, you don't have no rights."
I'll be darned.
"Oh, obviously I can see that now."
Right.
So anyway, they took me in front of the judge. The judge says, "How do you plead?" I said, "I don't know. I can't plead to something that I don't understand."
Right.
He said, "What don't you understand?" I said, "How I can buy something from someone, and I'm sitting on the sidewalk.
Right.
Underneath a public sidewalk. I'm public, and a cop comes up and hauls me away for being under there." And that was another ticket that I got. And I said, I have a bullseye on me.
Right.
Target on
As
me.
a homeless person?
Yes, you have a target on you. And so the cop said, "Well, I can throw everything out."
How often do you get harassed from...
Daily.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I was just under the bridge. The same cop come again. Yesterday, he got me down to the sanctuary. The same cop.
And do you have a hard time like this, as you'd mentioned, getting in, even if you have money, getting served somewhere?
Yeah. I came in here to buy a cup of coffee. I had the money and everything. No, we don't serve homeless. They come right out and tell us we don't serve homeless people with suitcases and all that. I said, "Well, I'll leave it outside." I almost had to beg the guy. The guy still says, "No, I'm not serving you." I said, that's all right, I don't want it, forget it.
Well,
You virtually have no rights.
I couldn't be more saddened to hear that.
And what
It's terrible.
the sad part about it
Yeah.
is they don't understand that they're just one paycheck away from they're going to be in the street. You know what I mean? The hearts in America are like stone all of a sudden. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
You know, Ron, I do. I absolutely do. And you know, I'd mentioned to you earlier that I'd read exactly what you just made, or what you just alluded to, that nearly 40% of Americans are less than 60 days from being homeless. It was a statistic, something real close to that effect. I mean, so it's amazing to me that people, you know, do have a, you know, kind of a hardened heart.
And I worked at Ford Motor Company. I was skilled trades. I was the highest skilled trades that there was. I worked as an engineer. I was a tool and die maker.
Yeah.
I built the dies and made the cars and everything. You know,
Yes.
and one time I made tremendous money. You know
Yes.
what I mean? But you know, when the plant closed, all of a sudden, when we get our pink slips, the plant closed, then you got to live on your savings, stuff like that. You end up losing your house, end up losing the house, everything else. My brother lost his house. He worked at the Ford transmission plant in Detroit. And I haven't seen him since. I don't know where he's at. And I you know, once you go to the street and you're homeless, these people do not understand. They're right in line the same.
Well, I appreciate your time today, and you're in my thoughts and prayers. God bless you. Thanks, Ron.
And thank you, sir.
You betcha.